So today I went to see the latest film from director Bong Joon-ho. This is Mickey 17, starring Robert Pattinson, Toni Collette, Mark Ruffalo, Naomi Ackie, and I did some preparation prior to seeing this movie. So I had seen Parasite, and then I decided to go back and visit Bong Joon-ho's English movie repertoire. So this is his third English movie. So his other two would be Snowpiercer and Okja, which came out on Netflix. And so I went back, I watched those, kind of got the vibe of those, and then I went today and watched Mickey 17. So what did I think? Interestingly, looking back to Parasite, I think Parasite is the most grounded Bong Joon-ho film I have seen so far, which is interesting because there's some bizarre things in that movie. But I would say his three English language movies, which again would be Snowpiercer, Okja, and Mickey 17, just have some really bizarre concepts. So I'm going to touch on each of those movies just a little bit. Starting with Snowpiercer, which is his first English language film. That one has a really unique concept. Basically, it's an apocalyptic movie. The world has been thrown into basically an ice age, and the only remaining faction of civilization is riding this never-stopping train. Similar to Parasite, it's about class struggle, mainly, I would say. There are people in the back of the train who are trying to incite a revolution to get to the front of the train where things are more luxurious. And so it's just a very interesting dynamic. I would say of his three English language films, Snowpiercer was really visually interesting, and it had some really cool moments and set pieces. It just has a really, really cool visual style. But the message of that film, I would say, is a little incomplete or not quite as fleshed out as Okja or Mickey 17. Moving on to Okja, it's also a bizarre movie, kind of a bizarre concept. Okja is basically about a genetically modified super pig, and the moral of that one has to do something with commercial farming, mistreatment of animals, and kind of psychopathy in business and capitalism, I would say. I think it had a more fleshed out message than Snowpiercer. Mickey 17, also bizarre movie. Basically, the premise of Mickey 17 is you have humanity that is launching into space, trying to terraform a new world, and they need a workforce, or they need people who are willing to put themselves at risk to do dangerous tasks or very unwanted tasks, or to even basically be test subjects for things like vaccines. There's this character, Mickey, played by Robert Pattinson, who has signed up to do these icky tasks for humanity. And basically the deal is he can die, and they reprint his body, re-download his memories, and he's another Mickey. So Mickey 2, 3, 4, all the way up to 17 in the movie. Mickey 17, again, similar to Okja, I think has a better handle on its message, and I'll tell you a little bit about what I think that is in a moment. I would say Mickey 17 is the funnier film. Snowpiercer is a little more heartfelt and actiony. Okja is just kind of a bizarre, wild movie that is kind of like a friendship, family drama, comedy-ish. I would say Mickey 17 leans a lot into the humor. It's very funny. I thought it was very funny, very comedic. The whole movie has this kind of voiceover exposition, which sometimes can be a bad thing, but I think it worked in this film. But just kind of this very like silly voiceover exposition. So what I think Mickey 17 is about, again, I think there's some commentary on class. At least in my view, I think there's a little bit of commentary maybe on like lab testing on live organisms, on animals, on people. But mainly, I think Mickey 17 has to do with this concept of institutions, governments who are willing to make people an expendable force, whether that be an expendable military force, an expendable workforce. And it's kind of a meditation on the ethics of that and kind of the horrible nature of that. And again, it's done in a comedic way, but, there's some kind of horrifying things that happen in this movie. And then I also think it's a commentary on conquest, on settlement, on treating other people's as less than yourself because you don't understand them, or you don't see them as the same kind of being that you are. So the only non-English language movie that I've seen by Bong Joon-ho, again, is Parasite. Just based on me seeing Parasite, me seeing the other 3 English language films by Bong Joon-ho, it's interesting to me that the English language ones seem to be so much more out there and bizarre in concept. Like especially Okja and Mickey 17 are just really, really bizarre movies. But they work because they know they're bizarre and they lean into the humor of the bizarre. And they take advantage of knowing that they are bizarre. So was it worth the wait? Mickey 17 was supposed to come out last year. It was one of the anticipated movies of 2024, but then for whatever reason, it did not come out, and it was delayed till March 2025, till right now. Was it worth the wait? I think it was. It was a good movie. I would give it probably a 3.5 out of 5 stars. You know, I wouldn't say it's anything groundbreaking, but it was a very enjoyable movie. It was funny. I laughed a few times. It was, I think, well acted. There's wild alien creatures in this movie, and I would give probably the award for most unhinged performance, kind of like Jake Gyllenhaal and Okja. I would give that award to Mark Ruffalo. He had an almost Donald Trump-esque kind of mannerism about him, which I thought was very interesting and could be commentary in and of itself if that was on purpose, because there was also the supporters of this particular character wore red hats, which I thought was maybe kind of telling as to what they were going for too. So there's that you can kind of ponder if you go to see this movie. So yeah, if you're looking for an entertaining 2 hours and 15 minutes in the theater, I would definitely recommend going to see Mickey 17. I think it's worth your while. So yeah, support your local theater, go see it. Hope you have a good one. Thanks for watching.